Greetings, dear friends. I am the beloved Saint Germain. I invite you to breathe deeply and to relax. I invite you to disconnect yourself from your perceptions, from your mind, from your physical senses. You are so used with these things, the perceptions of your physical senses, the thinking of the mind, and from time to time it is proper to just disconnect from them, to give permission to your essence, to your presence, to your divine self to emerge. Your physical senses, your mind, they were created from your essence, from your divine self, and it is so proper, like from time to time, to remember consciousness is free of mind. Consciousness is free from the physical senses. It is free from thoughts, from noise, and even from light. Consciousness, dear friends, is emptiness, nothingness. And all that is at once. It is yours. It is the core of you. By disconnecting your mind and your physical senses, just for a while, you give permission to your divine to enter in your biology, to enter into this world. It is like opening the gate. It is like separating the layers of matter, the layers of energy expressed in matter, and to discover the core of who you really are. The presence, dear friends, is simply the connection with the core of you. In this connection with the core of you, the mind becomes empty. The physical body becomes relaxed. And like a gentle line, the nothingness, the emptiness occur. It is so proper and so important in the noise of the big world to exist this reminder for yourself to connect yourself with your essence. From your essence, everything it was created. From your essence, the light, the divine light, emerged. What humans understand through presence, basically, there are attachments, there are habits, and today, to be present is the biggest gift that you can offer to yourself. To be present, like in the beginning of creation, is the 0 point, the start from which everything can be created, from which you become truly a present being. Relaxed, simple, like the cosmic void, like the emptiness, like the nothingness itself. This gift of presence became possible because of the Heaven's Cross. You have lives like in a movie, like in the same movie, and you try to solve the issues of this movie. Sometimes many of you don't like this movie. It is like waking up on the same stage, in the same movie. And you look at the issues of the world, wondering what is bad, what is good, what meaning has these changes, these transformations. this extraordinary dynamic, the absence of time, the speed of the energy flow, all of this are going to just one point, to your presence, to your essence. Important are not the transformations. Important are not the changes. Important is your ability to connect with your essence in the midst of changes. The dynamic is high, and it will become higher. Don't concentrate yourself on this dynamic. This dynamic is the open gate, like you to connect yourself with your essence, to not be any more attracted in the gravity of illusion, in layers of hypnosis and distractions. These layers of energy in motion, related with matter in motion, related with psychological and emotional issues. The entire dynamic of your lives has place only like you to be free, not only like you to be able to connect yourself with your essence. To be present has nothing to do with what the humans consider being the presence. It's not about thoughts. It's not about senses. It is about your essence. So complete, so free. And from your essence, the light emerges. You can create. And the first thing that you create is light. And from that light, everything can be recreated in a new way, in a new dynamic, a dynamic which never will disturb you, which never will make you to work for it, to bring new attachments, new purposes, or new solutions. From that point, because of your presence, your light will emerge, and your world, your sovereign world, will be expressed out. As the things appear to be on this planet. And what do you hear in mass media, in the news? It is not so optimistic. It is not like an evolution stare. Simply is that open gate that separation of the layers of illusion and the releasing of attachment. I spoke to you in our last session inside the Sovereign Lions Brotherhood about the afterlife. The afterlife is a life without attachments, without that glue of gravity, without interpretations, without trying to solve issues or to find the divine in an outside light. Do not search for light. Connect yourself with your essence. And from your essence, your light is created. Your simple presence, the I am here, is all that matters. In the relation with the mass consciousness, and you can consider mass consciousness like a character. This character disrespect you, consider you just another human body, just another human persona in a big mass. The mass consciousness believe that it can control you, it can give to you a direction, it can set up for you your health, your abundance, your freedom. And there, inside this character, called the mass consciousness, have placed a lot of discussions, are created a lot of laws. And this character look at you like looking at nothing. Don't fight with this. This is not a bad thing. Dive deep inside yourself and connect yourself with nothingness, with emptiness, with the core of you. Life, dear friends, from now on, it is about you and your connection with your essence. All the rest are distractions, are experiences, hypnosis, a lot of struggle. Please consider that these things are not yours. It is about your ability to change your attitude in the relation with the mass consciousness. You carry with you a lot of belief systems, a lot of hypnosis, and a lot of misconceptions from that big character called the mass consciousness. It is not bigger than you. Even it is a collective character, which, by the way, disrespect all its members. Mass consciousness has come to an end, to the end of its power, to the end of its ability to control the divine beings, to the end of its ability to present clear and accurate information. Let it to go. This character, the mass consciousness, is like a ill human on its way to aging, to die, and to disappear. If in your lives the mass consciousness had a big influence, what's happened right now? This influence, this character, the mass consciousness, is coming to an end. This not means that the humans are in danger, that you are in danger. But be honest with yourself. You are not this character. You are not what this character, the mass consciousness, told to you that you are. You are nothing from all of this. And as you connect yourself with the core of you, with your essence, disconnect yourself from the influence of this character called the mass consciousness. It is the proper time. It is part from your freedom. And right now, this thing must not be an effort. In your minds, when you think about yourself, take a good deep breath and be aware by how much influence exists in your thoughts, in your emotions, from this big character, the mass consciousness. How many of them are induced, are manipulated, are transformed in physical and psychical mechanisms, considered that such type of reactions are natural, are normal for the humans in different situations. From this point, dear friends, your emotional playground, your psychological playground, start to be filled with light, start to be filled with presence, with emptiness and nothingness of the Creator. And this brings changes in your relation with the mass consciousness and in your attitude regarding the mass consciousness. This is a step ahead in your freedom, Do not let any more, like the mass consciousness, to continue to disrespect you. It is the time for your self-love, for your self-esteem, without any conflict, without any judgment. Be aware that the mass consciousness is on the road of its own end. But you are not anymore just a little piece. You are not anymore under the control of this energy. The dying of the mass consciousness is the birth of the self-era, is the birth of the divine self in human form here on this planet. The things will become different. The birth of the divine self into the human form will not create another mass consciousness, will not create another big character, will not create power games, suffering, interpretations. Be at peace. You don't need power to disconnect yourself from the mass consciousness. Many considered that by having power inside of the mass consciousness, they will be happy, free, or they will give a meaning to their lives. But what's happened right now? It is about the end of the mass consciousness. It is about releasing it, letting it to go on its way. You are not anymore just a part of it. A part who tried so hard to find its core, to find its freedom. There are two things. One of them is the connection with the core of you, with your presence. And the second is your attitude in a big change regarding the relation with the mass consciousness. Be bold, be courageous, and let this change to guide you further in your lives. It can be moments when you will realize how big difference this is. You will find yourself wondering, but everybody around me are mad people. Are bad people. Not, dear friends, but they are too hypnotized and in a state of ignoring themselves, in a state of being the ones who pay a tribute to the mass consciousness. Difference between you and the others is the fact that you understood that you need to surrender to your own light, to your own essence. And the others are the ones who surrender themselves to the mass consciousness. Basically, this will separate the world. And those who will continue to surrender themselves to the mass consciousness will continue to be toys in the game of the mass consciousness. But in the same time, those who surrender to their light, who connect themselves with their essence, they will feel themselves sovereign, and they will realize that in a true way, the world has no problems. Everything is as it should be. The mass consciousness, indeed, is on its way out. The mass consciousness can have big problems. But the mass consciousness is not a natural way of existence. And on this way, countries will disappear. The belief systems in power, wars, commerce will disappear. The common things will be replaced by the authentic presence of you. Do not try to discover your divine in relation with others. Your divine is here. You need only to disconnect yourself from your interpretations and to be who you really are. Sometimes the light which comes from your core can empty your mind, can empty the emotional playground. And in this state, you not even recognize yourself like a human ego, like a human presence. But you can smile in a relaxed freedom. This is your road. This is your future. The mass consciousness is not your concern. You don't need to change it, but you can change your attitude in the relation with it. And the connection with your divine essence will not blow up the mass consciousness, but will recognize it like an old pattern, like an old environment. And this thing, it is proper to be released. It is not accidental that the music has stopped. It is not accidental that the electric power fall down. It is a proper time to spend together a few minutes feeling the connection with the core of you, the connection with the core of all that is, with that total presence in emptiness and nothingness. The scientists said that the universe began with a big bang, with a huge explosion of light and matter. But you, dear creators, you know that in your essence is not an explosion of light. Connect yourself. Be who you really are. You exist in all that is, including in the cosmic void. And I invite you right now to just breathe in this connection. From nothingness, from emptiness, be aware how your light emerges. And how from your light it is created biology, matter, physical senses, thoughts. Your brains were created by you from there. Your gift to others is to encourage them, to make them aware by their presence, by their light rising up in their lives. And this is not a new mass consciousness. This is so authentic, unique, for each and every being. In place to concentrate on the mass consciousness, concentrate yourself in relation with others, on the presence of their light, on their awareness, if there is some. And don't change this. Honor their roads with a big compassion, but like you to be free from any stress, from any friction. Realize that even the light is not yet present in those beings. One day it will be present. And this is new, to have relations with others, not because of the mass consciousness, not because of the corridors of the mass consciousness, but because of the connection with the core of you and the potential that eventually their light will start to emerge. This is a step ahead regarding the perspective of the Creator. I want, like from today, like you to be able to make the difference between the essence of you, your presence, and your light. To connect with your presence, at least a few minutes per day, can make the entire difference, can give direction to your light, and as well can give to you the natural joy of being the creator of your own world, a new world. It is proper, like in this new beginning, to not accept anymore the disrespect of the mass consciousness. With this, dear friends, I am the beloved Saint Germain. Come back to this point any time when you will consider and connect yourself with such a simple thing, the presence of your essence, the core of you, even before you create your own divine light. Be blessed and smile to your beautiful lives.